we have to figure out where these wins will come from so we don't go 0-17 like Adam wants us to. We've got the fourth
You are
toughest
so
schedule.
cynical. I didn't say I wanted them to. I'm just saying it would have been a great
storyline.
It's a great storyline.
I'll
Do I
give-
have to like reiterate this
It
every
was
week?
a great storyline if we go 0-17.
It is. Think about it.
First team ever to do it. No one can take that away from us. That's
Think about
you.
it. I'm just saying. Listen, just hear me out. One of the few teams in the NFL to ever go 0-16, and on the inaugural 17-game schedule, the Detroit Lions, one of the worst, most poorly run franchises over the last 60 years, in the first season, go 0-17. I mean, that's like poetic stuff, guys. You can't script that.
I don't
But
like
no, I'm not hoping for it. I'm not wishing for it. But I'm just saying, if it happens, that's a good storyline. Just saying.
It would be interesting, obviously. They'd be in the news a whole lot more.
They'd be in the news.
I mean, they'd be talked about.
Well, when's the
0-17.
first win coming? Because I have a lot of people telling me that it's coming October 24th. I don't know if you guys are aware.
Yes, it is against the
our wins
Rams.
Yep, the
Is that
win's
our-
coming. The
Oh my
win's
gosh,
coming.
is this weekend?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
coming
it
this
is.
weekend. I don't know if you
Trap
guys.
game for the Rams.
Yep, I'm
only
telling
per-
you.
the only
I'm
person-
telling you,
Trap
Fish is
game.
not alone.
is the winning
I've gotten
streak.
at least 30 direct messages
trap
on
game.
Twitter of people telling me, you know what, you scumbag. You've been wrong about this team the whole year. They're going to prove you wrong this Sunday against Los Angeles.
Yes, they are.
You think they're going to lose by 40, Adam? They're going to beat the Rams. They're going to prove you wrong.
And that's my favorite is people will tweet something like that and be like, it's the most Lions thing ever. And I'm like, what?
Listen, these same people are the people since week one predicting every single week that the Lions were going to win a football game.
Trap
they probably
game.
lost so much money.
Like, this is why, like, yeah. Well, thank goodness they don't bet. No, if they were bettors, they wouldn't be tweeting that stuff out, believe me. Rams upcoming away. Jeff, that's the next game.
Oh, yeah.
That one coming this weekend, bud?
Oh, hell
Trap
no.
game.
And
All right,
you know what?
moving
This is the only.
Moving on.
Let me just say this too, real quick, about the Rams. I hate when people have takes like that where it's not the obvious take. It's the Lions are going to surprise you, and then I swear when they get smacked upside the mouth, MIA.
This
You're
is
not
what
going to
drives me
hear from that
nuts, too,
guy. You're not going to hear from him.
It's those same people, and we have some that work for us.
Oh,
All right?
no.
There are a handful of people that work for this network
Yes, there are.
that talk like this.
Fish!
Fish is one of them. He's one of many.
But if they have a close
where
game,
where
they're
they
after
say
you.
they'll go into a game where the Lions
Crap
are expected
game.
to lose. They will go into a game where the Lions are expected to lose, Jeff, and they will say,
We're gonna win.
"We're gonna win. It's gonna be closer than you think, Adam. You're wrong." And then the Lions only lose by 10. I told you. Now they didn't win, Adam, but I'm telling you, they play closer than what you. Shut up. Moving on, Rams. You're not getting a win this weekend.
No, let's go through it. Let's go through the schedule.
Eagles at home.
Oh,
I think we see maybe potential.
That's like
but
60-40, 70-30
I
maybe.
think 60-40 favoring the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I hope that's our first win because I said that back when I was on the midday show. I said that's going to be our first win. If I'm right,
Well,
I'm going to feel real
We
good
did
about
decent
myself.
against Lamar
we're on the
Jackson
same page
being
because I
able-
did say this team likely would start 0-8 and go into the bye week defeated. So, I mean, it's got to be the Eagles game. It's got to be the Eagles game for this fact. You don't want to walk in 0-8 into the bye week.
No.
That would be the longest bye week in the history I can remember in over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk into your bye week without a win.
That's an awful bye week, man.
And then you got to play 9 straight weeks, and the schedule doesn't get any easier, guys.
Oh,
Because then you come off, you're away to Pittsburgh, away to Cleveland, home to Chicago on Thanksgiving Day. I think that may be your first win.
Yep, I like
if
it.
it isn't any of the other games.
If Justin Fields beats him on his first Thanksgiving.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. it's the way it's gonna happen is if they start, let's say 0-7, 8, 9. If they're 0-10, the first win probably comes against Chicago on Thanksgiving Day. I just think that's Dan Campbell's Super Bowl this year. Then you're home to the Vikings, divisional opponent, not an easy game. Away to Denver and Mile High. That's difficult to play in December. Home to the currently undefeated Arizona Cardinals. Good luck. Away to Atlanta, maybe. Away to Seattle, not going to happen. Home to Green Bay, probably not going to happen. They're going to be fighting for the number 1 seed, most likely in the NFC. They're not going to give up a late game.
Probably 2 wins.
Seeding matters for this team, especially now with the expanded playoff. Only one team gets a bye week.
It's crazy when you look at it.
So you maybe have 2 wins.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Can we stop with this every weekend? I got to read on Twitter, and you guys got to send me messages, and you people got to walk up to me in the office. Adam, Lions, they're going to cover against the Rams. Congratulations. They only lost by 14? Like, what are we celebrating here? Guys, I always talk about this. Have some standards. Have some pride as a Detroit Lions fan. Step up your standards. Stop saying, well, I'll take Jim Caldwell any day of the week, 9-7. I miss it. Unbelievable.
I will.
Stop this. Guys, you want a functional organization? Hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. And maybe in the next 10 years, if you win 2-3 divisions, if you win multiple playoff games, if you are relevant, you have a down year, you bounce back. If you're one of those teams that's always circling and in that conversation every 1 to 3 years, that's how you get rid of the same old Lions mentality, and that's how you define a great fan base and a great organization. Lions fans are great. Don't get me wrong. They're also delusional. This is the same fan base that actually thought they could win 8, 9, 10 games. And Jared Goff won playoff games and went to the Super Bowl. We're going to do it. Stafford was a bum. Guys, can we stop this nonsense? I understand you're a fan. But, I mean, what was his name? Crackhead? Crackman.
Crackman.
Crackhead.
Quackman,
Sat
love
up here
that
and
guy.
Said, what, 11 wins?
Did he?
Multiple
Did he say
people on the
11?
network said
Forward down
8
the
to 10
field.
wins.
Holy.
That's right, Fish.
And this is not just a few people, guys. This is a good portion of the fan base. You're talking anywhere from 30 to 45% of this fan base genuinely believed with Jared Goff they were going to win 8 to 10 games. That is the problem. It's because even when you're bad, you're not willing to acknowledge it. I understand you want to support your team. How about you kind of look at big picture? That's a good start. But my goodness, I don't know when the wins are coming, Kennedy. Philly, Chicago at home, those are your two best bets. Those are your two best
I
bets.
don't like them.
And people can't even say, well, Atlanta defense. No, Atlanta's offense. I think they would even be able just to score more points than us. I mean, that's really all you need to do. They could win 30 whatever to 20 something. It does not matter. We're going to lose that game probably in Atlanta. Kyle Pitts is going to have his legs under him. God, it's going to be scary. 2 wins at best, and it's kind of surreal to look at it now that we're 0-5, probably going to be 0-6, and we're looking at the season. I mean, I can't believe people out there really said. I mean, I said 5 games, and I was like, you know what, we'll move it up, we'll try and go 6 games. No, I mean 8 to 10 games. Wow. And no number 1 wide receiver. I mean, it's bad, and the injuries don't help, obviously. But even before the injuries, they're probably 4 wins. I mean, 3 wins.
Guys,
I mean,
if you're lucky, you win 3-4 games.
with,
And let's
with
be honest.
everyone healthy.
Can we stop this? Caitlin, I really like you. Always in the chat every morning. Big supporter of the show and the network. Thank you for being along with us every morning. Really, honestly, I really appreciate it. But
Here it comes.
9-7, no, it's not easy.
That's a winning football team.
Saying you'd rather
Yes,
build
it
off
is.
of 9-7 is the most ludicrous thing. You know why? Because if you go back to the Caldwell days, 8 of those 9 wins were fourth quarter comebacks, one majority by Stafford and Prater. Now, Adam, wait, wins are wins. You play to win the game. I get it, guys. But that's a flawed 9-7 team. If you're going to use the Jim Caldwell example with me, I'm telling you it was a flawed 9-7 team both years. They won games they probably shouldn't have won, and you guys, in the NFL it's already difficult enough to win. No, you don't prefer to win. Excuse me, let me rephrase this. You don't prefer to win 9 games and try to rebuild off of that. You know why? Because you're the Detroit Lions. You're not the Baltimore Ravens. You're not the Pittsburgh Steelers. You've earned no right, no cachet, no respect, no credentials across the league for you to sit there and think, yeah, we're smart enough to rebuild by drafting at 15 to 18 every year. No, sorry, you don't earn that right. You haven't earned it. And until you do, you're not allowed to say that. This franchise has never been able to do that. And I'm supposed to sit there and say, yeah, let's just win 7 or 9 games, get bounced in the playoffs every 3-4 years, never win any meaningful games, have a losing record 4-23 in that era, in that time span under Jim Caldwell against winning football teams. Yeah, that's acceptable. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because then you do what? You make decisions like drafting Ebron over Aaron Donald.
I don't want to talk about
You
that.
make these type of decisions. The Lions haven't earned the right to win 9 games and try to build off of that momentum. They haven't earned the right. And until they do, I don't want to hear it.
No. And you know, Terry said it best a couple days ago, I think. You had him on yesterday, but he was on Big D Energy Monday, and he said the Lions, the reputation's already there. I mean, if you win what, Adam? We talk about 2 games. If you go 0-17, you think people are going to still look at the Lions any different than they already do? It's the respect is missing, and I think you got to rebuild from the bottom up. And I think having the number 1 pick jumpstarts that whole process, man. You can do a whole lot with it. So 9-7. There's a lot. I mean, listen, I like Jim Caldwell, and I think the replacement was bad, who you had, but
Jay, you're missing the point here, man. You're really missing the point.
we're not mocking in the fan base.
I told you 20 to 35% of that fan base thinks exactly how I was speaking of them, and that is a reality. That is not me just, oh, wow, there's one person every day that tweets me the same thing. And no, guys. This is not the overwhelming majority, but is a substantial amount of the fan base that acts and thinks this way.
Yes.
And it's also part of the problem. How is this a Detroit show? It's called holding your Detroit sports teams accountable. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine. If you want to just enjoy your Sundays and watch them lose and watch them repeat the cycle that they've done over the last 60 years to you, be my guest. But all I'm asking for is a franchise that is respected around the league, like the Detroit Red Wings, like the Detroit Tigers, and to an extent, even the Detroit Pistons. Teams that have actually accomplished something over a substantial amount of time. The Lions have never done that. The Lions are at the floor, the basement floor, when it comes to respect around the league. I don't like that at all. I am not rooting for that. I want them to become a reputable, respectable franchise. But until they can put together a 10-year period where they are good, 5, 6, 7 of those years, they've won the division 2, 3, 4 times, and they showed a dominance period, and they won multiple playoff games, they won meaningful games, they made NFC championship appearances. Only then does this franchise deserve and earn the right to be thought of highly, like a Pittsburgh Steelers, like a Baltimore Ravens. We can rebuild at 7-9. Yes, I would totally trust the Pittsburgh Steelers to do that. I don't trust the Lions to do that. Excuse me. When have they ever given me any hope or evidence to prove that? Please. Kennedy?
Well, you guys, when we come back, there's a Pistons hater out there. We'll tell you about it when we come back. But